While we might imagine the King of England sitting down to a lavish 12-course feast on silver platters every afternoon, the startling truth is that his seat at the dining table often remains entirely empty. King Charles III has perhaps the most unusual and disciplined approach to food in the entire history of the modern monarchy. To the shock of many, the sovereign is famous for frequently skipping lunch altogether. For a man with a schedule packed with hundreds of royal engagements every year, he views the midday meal not as a pleasure, but as a nuisance, an unnecessary interruption to his lifelong duty. Those close to the palace staff often recount the king's firm stance on the matter, telling his aides that lunch is simply a distraction that makes one feel sluggish when there is serious work to be done for the nation. However, on those rare occasions when he does decide to fuel his body at noon, his choices are a deep reflection of his soul. A man deeply committed to organic farming and the preservation of nature. His favorite dish is a delicate wild mushroom risotto, but these are not ingredients ordered from a luxury supplier. In a fascinating display of his connection to the land, the king is known to personally forage for fungi on the grounds of his estates. One former royal chef recalls a morning in the woods of Balmoral, where the king led the way through the damp grass, pointing to the soil and saying that the true flavor of Britain is found in what grows naturally beneath our feet. He would tell his kitchen staff to handle these treasures with the utmost respect, ensuring that every bite tasted of the earth he so dearly loves. If he is not having risotto, he insists on a perfectly soft-boiled egg, which must be cooked for exactly 4 minutes, not a second more, not a second less. This commitment to precision and organic living shows a man who values quality over quantity and the environment over indulgence. If you admire the king's dedication to a disciplined and sustainable lifestyle, please take a brief moment to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. It truly helps us share these intimate royal portraits with you. And tell us in the comments, could you go an entire day without lunch like the king? But while the king chooses fasting and foraging, there is another powerful woman in the palace whose heart belongs to a meal so humble, so quintessentially British, that you might find it in any local grocery store. Could she really prefer canned beans over caviar? The answer might change everything you thought you knew about royal luxury. While King Charles finds his strength in discipline and fasting, Queen Camilla finds her comfort in the most humble of British cupboards. It is a striking thought to imagine the Queen of the United Kingdom, with access to the world's finest chefs, opting for a simple plate of baked beans on toast. But for Camilla, this isn't just a quick snack, it is a lifelong ritual. She insists that the beans must be from the Heinz brand, a specific taste of childhood that she has never outgrown. Friends of the Queen often remark on her down-to-earth nature, noting that she finds more joy in a proper British pantry staple than in any Michelin-starred creation. She has been heard telling her kitchen staff that after a long day of public appearances, there is truly nothing more soothing than the warmth of golden toast topped with rich, tomato sauce beans. It is a philosophy many of us share, that food is not just about nutrition, but about the memories and the comfort it provides. When she isn't enjoying her beans, she is often found in the gardens, eating raw peas, straight from the pod with her grandchildren, teaching them the simple pleasure of eating what you grow. If the Queen is the heart of comfort, then Princess Anne is the pinnacle of efficiency. Known as the hardest-working member of the royal family, the Princess Royal views lunch through the lens of pure utility. For her, time is the most precious commodity. It is not uncommon for her to eat a quick sandwich or a bowl of soup in the back of her car while traveling between her hundreds of annual engagements. Anne loathes waste and has a deep respect for the traditions of the British countryside. Her former staff recall her preference for leftovers, often requesting that the game meat from a previous night's dinner, perhaps a pheasant or venison from the royal estates, be turned into a simple lunch the next day. She once remarked to her aides that there is no need for silver service when there is work to be done and people to meet. This no-nonsense, frugal approach reflects a generation that values substance over show and hard work over indulgence. Yet, as we look to the younger generation, we see a fascinating shift. If the elders of the family cling to these timeless British traditions, the future King and Queen William and Catherine have developed a way to balance these classic cravings with a modern, international flair. How do they manage to keep their energy high for their young children while still honoring the tastes they grew up with? The secret lies in a kitchen that is much more relatable than you might expect. Moving toward the future of the monarchy, we find a couple who perfectly balances royal poise with the chaotic reality of raising 3 young children. Prince William and Princess Catherine have a kitchen that reflects the fast-paced world of today, blending the need for quick energy with a deep commitment to long-term health. Prince William is very much a modern father who often finds himself eating on the go. Unlike his father, who might skip lunch entirely, William prefers meals that are practical and relatable. He has a well-documented fondness for Nando's, the popular Portuguese-style chicken chain. He once shared with a smile that it was his protection officers who first introduced him to the spicy chicken, and he has been a regular customer ever since. However, his staff often note a humorous detail. Despite his love for the flavor, William always requests the mildest spice level. He is a man who appreciates the simple comfort of a well-made burger or a classic roast chicken sandwich meals that provide the necessary fuel to navigate a day filled with school runs, military commemorations, and charity meetings. Princess Catherine, on the other hand, is the family's resident health enthusiast. She approaches lunch with a focus on longevity and vitality, viewing nutrition as the foundation of her demanding role. Her midday meals are often a vibrant display of what nutritionists call superfoods. She is particularly fond of large salads packed with quinoa, avocado, and chia seeds, which provide sustained energy without the heavy feeling of a traditional three-course meal. One of her signature homemade lunches is a spicy carrot and coriander soup. This leads to a charming domestic challenge. Catherine loves bold, fiery flavors, while William famously has a very low tolerance for heat. Those close to the family have recounted how the princess will often prepare two different versions of the same meal, one gentle and mild for her husband, and a much more adventurous, spicy version for herself. This thoughtful balance shows a couple who, despite their titles, face the same daily compromises as any other family. They prioritize staying active and healthy, ensuring they have the stamina for the decades of service that lie ahead. But while William and Catherine represent the high-profile future of the crown, there is another royal couple who has mastered the art of being extraordinarily ordinary. They follow a strict 80-20 rule for their diet, and are frequently spotted at the most unexpected place for a royal, the local neighborhood pub. Who are these masters of balance? While the world often focuses on the direct line of succession, Prince Edward and Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, have quietly become the gold standard for a balanced, modern royal lifestyle. They embody a sense of calm and accessibility that is deeply admired. Their approach to lunch is neither as restrictive as the king's nor as fast-paced as William's. Instead, they follow a philosophy that many nutritionists today swear by, the 80-20 rule. Sophie is known to be the driving force behind this healthy household. For 80% of the time, the family focuses on high-quality, lean proteins and abundant fresh vegetables. Their lunches often consist of Mediterranean-inspired platters, featuring hummus, whole-grain breads, and grilled fish. Sophie has shared with acquaintances that she believes a substantial, healthy lunch is the key to maintaining energy for a long afternoon of royal duties without the need for sugary snacks later in the day. However, the remaining 20% of their diet is where their true British spirit shines. When they are at their country residence, Bagshot Park, they are frequently spotted at local village pubs. They don't just go for the privacy, they go to support the local economy and the community they live in. In these moments, the healthy salads are set aside for the ultimate British indulgence, a proper plate of golden fish and chips. This sense of moderation, knowing when to be disciplined and when to enjoy a treat, is a value they are keen to pass down to their children. Staff members have often noted that the couple encourages their children to be adventurous eaters. Edward and Sophie are particularly fond of diverse flavors, from Italian pasta dishes to Greek meze, ensuring their children develop a sophisticated palate. It is a grounded, sensible way of living that resonates with anyone who values stability and community. They prove that you can wear a title and still be a regular at your local pub, ordering the daily special just like everyone else. But as we move away from these traditional and community-focused habits, we find a younger royal whose lunch choices reflect the bustling, high-fashion streets of London's most exclusive neighborhoods. This young princess is trading the village pub for the most fashionable sushi bars in the city. What exactly is on her plate that keeps her so energized and elegant? As the royal family evolves, the younger members are increasingly looking toward global horizons for their midday inspiration, blending ancient traditions with the most modern health trends. Princess Beatrice represents this shift perfectly, standing as a bridge between royal protocol and the fast-paced, health-conscious lifestyle of cosmopolitan London. For her, lunch is not just a break in the day, it is an opportunity to nourish the body with the cleanest, freshest ingredients available. Beatrice has a long-standing and intense passion for Japanese cuisine, a preference that reflects a more sophisticated and international palate. Those who move in her social circles often note that her absolute favorite lunch consists of sushi and sashimi. Unlike the heavy, bread-based meals of previous generations, she finds that the lean protein of salmon and tuna, combined with the probiotics of miso soup, provides a clean energy that lasts all afternoon. One former staff member recalls that for Beatrice, the quality of the fish is paramount. It must be of the highest grade, prepared with the precision that characterizes the best Japanese kitchens in London's Mayfair. But her interest in modern nutrition goes beyond just international flavors. Beatrice is a pioneer within the family for exploring plant-based eating and cleansing diets. During her days working in the London art world, she was frequently spotted at trendy health food establishments like the Detox Kitchen. Instead of a traditional sit-down meal, she would often choose a colorful Buddha bowl, a nutrient-dense arrangement of roasted vegetables, chickpeas, and quinoa paired with a cold-pressed green juice. To many, these liquid lunches and grain-based bowls are the height of modern fashion, but for the princess, they are practical tools for maintaining vitality and a clear mind. Her home life reflects this same elegant simplicity. Her husband, Eduardo, reportedly ensures that their refrigerator is always stocked with high-quality smoked salmon, which Beatrice enjoys on whole-grain toast or a simple bagel when they are having a quiet lunch at home. It is a refined way of eating that prioritizes quality over quantity and health over tradition. This transition toward green and raw foods shows a generation that is deeply in tune with global wellness movements, proving that even a princess can find joy in a simple, cold-pressed juice. Yet, as we cross the Atlantic Ocean, we witness perhaps the most dramatic transformation of all. A prince who grew up with the heavy, comforting puddings and roasted meats of English boarding schools has now fully embraced the sunshine and superfoods of the American West Coast. How has the California lifestyle and the powerful influence of his wife, Meghan, reshaped Prince Harry's plate? From fast food cravings to green smoothies, his new lunch habits are a world away from the halls of Windsor. The most dramatic culinary transformation in the royal family occurred when Prince Harry traded the misty mornings of London for the perpetual sunshine of Montecito, California. This move was more than just a change of address. It was a total revolution of the plate. While Harry grew up on the hearty, traditional fare of the British aristocracy, his life with Meghan Markle has introduced him to a world where lunch is often viewed through the lens of wellness and food as medicine. Meghan's approach to the midday meal is deeply rooted in her California upbringing. She is a firm believer that what we eat dictates how we feel, often opting for vibrant, nutrient-dense Buddha bowls. These colorful creations are packed with quinoa, roasted chickpeas, kale, and creamy tahini dressings. Her former colleagues from her acting days recall her discipline, noting that she often prepared her own portable, healthy lunches to stay energized during long hours on set, a habit she has brought into her royal life. She has been heard telling friends that a truly great lunch should be the most substantial meal of the day, providing the body with the medicine it needs to thrive. However, the influence of the American West Coast has also tapped into Prince Harry's love for casual, accessible food. While he was once a regular at the British chicken chain Nando's, he has now fully embraced the iconic California fast food culture. Harry is a well-known fan of In-N-Out Burger, where staff have reportedly memorized his regular order of a double-double with fries. Beyond burgers, he has developed a genuine taste for authentic Mexican cuisine. It is now common to see the couple enjoying fresh fish, tacos, or burritos from local beachside spots, a far cry from the formal dining rooms of Buckingham Palace. Despite this Californification, the prince hasn't entirely abandoned his roots. When nostalgia strikes, he still craves a proper British bacon sandwich or authentic fish and chips, showing that no matter how many green smoothies one drinks, childhood comfort foods never truly leave the soul. This blend of Meghan's health-focused philosophy and Harry's love for relatable, hearty meals creates a household that is uniquely modern. Looking back at all these royal lunch habits, from King Charles's disciplined fasting to Queen Camilla's simple beans on toast, and from Catherine's superfood salads to Harry's California tacos, it becomes clear that their choices humanize them. These midday preferences reveal the personalities, values, and histories behind the crowns. They show us that despite the titles and protocols, they all face the same daily question we do: what's for lunch? If you enjoyed this intimate look into the royal kitchen, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories of history and tradition. We want to hear from you in the comments below. Which royals' lunch preferences surprised you the most, and whose eating habits are closest to your own? Thank you for watching.